My name is Keshwani. It's K-E-S-H-W-A-N-I, Keshwani. We are here because we want to improve our math skill. Today is our day number 24. Don't ask me how far I would go, I have no idea. Maybe up to day 100, who knows, maybe up to 50. It's not going to be 25, I know that. Had it been 25, then today would have been our ultimate day. An ultimate day. An ultimate, if you do not know the word, it simply means second to the last. We did learn it, penultimate, and we learned it on day number, God knows when. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Day number 11. If you want to learn this word properly, penultimate, just type in Keshwani Prep -vocab -day 11 and you will learn the word. Anyway, so what I was saying is that had I been planning to go up to 25, day 25, then today would have been our penultimate day, second to the last day. But I'm not. I'm going to go at least up to 50. Okay, here's the problem. Oh, I need the room. I need to raise it. We have a picture frame which is 12 by 9. And we are told that the frame has same area as the picture itself. It's a very large frame. The area of the frame itself is the same as the area of the frame is same as the area of the picture itself. And we are also told that the ratio of length to width of the frame is same as the ratio of length to width of the picture. So this ratio of length to width is the same ratio as the length and width of the picture. So let's call this L and W. And here we don't have to call them anything because we know this is 12 and this is 9. And the question is very straightforward, very simple question. The question simply is, what is the length of the picture? Now what I'm going to say is going to sound like making too much fuss to those of you who are very good in algebra, and it may not be too much of a fuss for the other people. Here's what I want you to listen carefully. I want you to solve this problem as best as you can. Do not restart the video. I want you to stop the video. I want you to pause the video, but listen to me first before you do that. I want you to pause the video, solve the problem, or do the best that you can. And it is even okay to actually ask your friends or family member or somebody. Do whatever it takes. Doesn't have to be right away, doesn't have to be tomorrow. I want you to solve this problem yourself. Even when I say yourself, even if you seek somebody's help, it's okay. Once you have solved it, ask your friends for help who are taking classes with you and so forth. Once you have the answer, then you can resume it and watch it together. Trust me, you will get more out of it that way. Don't just continue watching it. The solution, you won't get much out of it at all. In order to appreciate what goes on in this problem, you actually have to try it yourself. Okay, so I'm going to stop now for a second, give you a chance to pause and unpause the video. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. What did you do? Let's solve it together. You see we have two unknowns here, length and width. In order to find out anything about these two unknowns, we have to have minimum of two independent equations. What does it mean, two independent equations? For example, if I tell you x plus y is 5, and if I ask you what is x and what is y, your answer would be, how the hell do I know? It could be 1 and 4, it could be 4 and 1, it could be 0 and 5, it could be negative 1 and 6. There are infinite number of possibilities. It could be half and 4 and a half. There is no way of knowing what x and y are because I have only given you one equation. In order to solve for two variables, you have to have two independent equations. So if I give you this equation, x plus y is 5, and then if I give you 2x plus 2y is equal to 10. Now you have your two equations. Or do you? No, we do not. We do have two equations, but these are not two independent equations. The second equation is simply 2 times the first equation. 2 times x is 2x, 2 times y is 2y, 2 times 5 is 10. In the second equation, I have not told you anything new. You have to have two independent equations. It means that you have to have two equations with two different bits of information. So if I give you two independent equations, if I tell you x plus, if we are told that x plus y is 5, and then if we are told that x minus y is say 3, well now we can figure out what x and y's are. By adding the two equations, we get 2x equals to 8, x equals to 4, and if x equals 4, then y must equal 1. You see? 4 plus 1 is 5, and 4 minus 1 is 3. Very simple, very straightforward simultaneous equation. The same exact logic applies here. We have to have two independent equations to work with. What are they? Well, the first equation is going to come from first sentence. Because there are only 3 sentences in this problem, only 3 sentences. And the last sentence does not count because last sentence is what I refer to as the punchline. The last sentence is where they ask you the question. How old is Michael? When does the train arrive? How much does it cost? What is the length of the picture? Here they are, well that's what it is here. There you go. So the last sentence does not count. So the first two sentences are where our two independent equations are going to come from. The first sentence is this. Frame has the same area as the picture itself. Area of the picture is length times width. And area of the frame, whatever it is the same as this. If the area of the frame is the same as the area of the picture, which means that 2 times this amount must equal the area of the whole thing. There you go. Because the area of the whole thing, 12 times 9, is made up of 2 parts. The area of the picture and the area of the frame. Well, we are told that the area of the frame I shouldn't have done that now. But we are told that the area of the frame is the same as the area of the picture, which means 2 times the area of the picture is the same as the area of the entire thing. And that is same as 12 times 9. So that's our first equation. That's our first equation. 12 times 9 equals 2 times length times width. Divide both sides by 2. And we end up with 6 times 9, which is, so the length times width equals 6 times 9, 6 times 10 is 60, so it's 54. That's our first sentence. And that's what it is. An equation is a sentence. That's our first sentence. In order to discover two unknowns, we have to have two equations, two independent sentences. That's our first sentence. A sentence, the equivalent term for a sentence in mathematical language is an equation. An equation is a sentence. Here's a sentence. I'm going to write the sentence in mathematics. Okay, here we go. In mathematical language, you will read it as 3 plus 2 equals 5. That's the mathematical language. In English language, you will read that as, if I have 3 of something and if I get 2 more, I'll have 5 of something. You get the idea. That's a sentence. It's an equation. There's our first sentence. Let's use the second sentence. Let's translate the second sentence from English to mathematics. Once we have our two sentences, the rest is downhill. So let's do it here. Now we'll work on the second sentence. The ratio of length to width of the frame. Well, the ratio of length to width of the frame is L to W. We are told that this ratio, length to W, is the same as the ratio of the picture. The ratio of length to width of the frame, which is 12/9. The frame has the ratio of 12:9. That ratio is the same as the ratio of the picture, which is L/W. That's your second sentence. Let's cross multiply. But before we do cross multiplication, let's simplify it. 4/3. And then cross multiply, so you get 3L equals 4W. There you go, that's your second sentence. Now we have two sentences. We have two equations, two independent equations. It's a piece of cake to solve for L or W. We have to solve for L. Since we have to solve for L, let's express this W in terms of L. So if 4W equals 3L, then 1W must equal 3L over 4. We're going to put this in here and solve for L. That's all it is. So W equals 3L over 4. Let's put it in here. Put it in here. So L times W, which is 3L over 4, equals 54. L times L is L squared. 54. Multiply both sides by 4/3 to get rid of this 3/4 from here. Or better yet, we didn't have to do this part. We could have taken care of this thing right here. This equation right here. If we were to divide this equation by 3, this 3 cancels out and this 54 becomes 5 has 1 3, the 2 goes here, 24 becomes 8. So it is L equals, or rather L squared. There is your L, there is your one L, and here is your other L. L squared equals 18 times 4, 18 times 4. Or if you like, 18 times 4, or if you like, 54 times 4/3. Same exact thing. This 3 will cancel out and it will become 18. 18 times 4. 18 times 4, I'm going to write that as, this is getting very low here. Tell you what, I'm going to actually erase this top part because I need the room. I don't want to continue here. Let's erase this top part. I'm going to pick up from here. Length times width equals, let's start from the beginning. 2 times length times width equals 12 times 9. Right here. This is one area. Area of this frame is the same as the area of the border. Therefore, 2 times the area of the frame, or area of the picture rather, equals 2 times 12 times 9. Divide both sides by 2. You get 6. So L times W is 54. And then W we know equals this. 3L over 4. Equals 54. This is much easier to see because it was getting too crowded. Divide both sides by 3. This 3 drops out. There is 1 3 and a 5. The 2 goes here, becomes 24. 24 divided by 3 will be 8, so it's 8. So now we get L squared equals 4 times 18. 4 times 18. Which I'm going to write that as 4 times 9 times 2. And you will see that in a second why. If L squared equals 4 times 9 times 2, then L must equal square root of this quantity. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 9 is 3 times 2, 6 square root of 2. There we go, that's it. Voila, we're done. The length equals, I'm going to erase this part, we don't need it. And that was your second equation here. Let's put the second equation here. We are told that the ratio of 12 to 9 is same as the ratio of the length to width, which is same as 4/3. So equals 4 over 3. Cross multiply and you get 3L equals 4W. That's the work that we see here. That's the work we see here. That's it, we're done. There is your length. If the length is this much, how much is width? Well, if length is this much, how much is width? From this equation we know that width is going to be width is going to be 3 times L, 3 times L over 4. So if length is that, width must be. As far as the problem is concerned, we are done. Now I'm doing the verification. Let's verify our answer. We'll verify our answer. If length is that, width must be 3/4 of this amount. Divide top and bottom by 2. And we get 9 over 2 for root 2. How much is 9 over 2? Well, 9 over 2 is 4.5, isn't it? 9 over 2 is 4.5. And you notice something, 4.5 is 3/4 of 6, which is what we found here. We found that the width is 3/4 of length. The width is 3/4 of length. Length is 6 times root 2. 3/4 of 6 is 9 over 2. That's right there, 9 over 2. So the width actually is that. Continue here, I'm going to verify this thing. What we want to verify is that the area, well, you'll see in a second where I'm going with this thing. So length times width now, the length is 6 times root 2. The width is 9 over 2 times root 2. Root 2 times root 2 is 2, so this, all of this cancels out. 6 times 9, voila, 54. Voila. It makes sense. It all makes sense. And if you take twice that amount, if you take twice this amount, 54 times 2 is 108, which of course is 12 times 9. So it makes sense. It fits. Everything fits. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Solving a math problem, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Once you have the solution, go back and see if your pieces fit in the puzzle. Alright? Very good. That was it. I hope you found it helpful, interesting, educational, whatever you want to call it. But that's what you have to do. Improve your math skill so that you can do a better job at the test that you're about to take. It doesn't matter whether it's SAT, GRE or GMAT. You have to be able to know some basic skills in math. I provide private tutoring, personal private tutoring for mathematics, areas of mathematics, algebra, geometry, statistics, and I also do private tutoring face-to-face and over the internet via Skype for GRE, GMAT, SAT and TOEFL. You can go to any of these website addresses and send me an email, or you can go to ishwaniprep.com and send me an email from there. Alright? Thanks.